Hi, I'm Vijay Kedia. In today's video, we are going to talk about 5 strategies which would help you to make your first 1 crore. And in today's video, we are not going to go through any Excel sheets because I'm sure you would have gone through multiple such videos where people talk about 15-15-15 rule where you invest 15,000 per month for 15 years and at the rate of 15%, that becomes 1 crore. First thing which you need to make sure that when you're on that journey that you need a very rock solid discipline, right? Because when you start your investing, probably you start with a good intention, but then few years down the line you'll see markets turning volatile, markets are going down, and probably you stop your SIPs, or sometimes you feel like redeeming your investments. If you do that kind of mistakes where you stop your SIP, redeem your investments before reaching your goal, so that's definitely not going to help you to achieve your 1 crore target. Everything looks fine in Excel sheets, but over this 10-15 years, you need to make sure that you control your behavior and you continue with your SIP which you have planned. I strongly recommend you reading that book, Psychology of Money, and where the author says that money has little to do with how smart you are and more to do with how you behave, right? So that's very true in case of SIPs. You need to be very disciplined and control your behavior, and so that you reach your goal. So that's the first strategy, that you need a very rock solid discipline. Second strategy is step up, right? So you need to step up your SIPs as your income increases, right? So every year if you increase your SIP even by 10%, right? So say you started with 15,000 and your target is to reach 1 crore in 15 years. But if you increase that by 10% every year, so first year 15,000, next year 16,500 and so on, then at the end of 15 years, that same amount becomes almost 1 crore 65 lakhs. So it's 65% more than what you initially planned, right? So because you also need to consider that with inflation the value of that 1 crore will also increase, so probably that 1 crore would not be sufficient by the time you reach your target, right? So you need to aim for an higher goal, and that's possible when you step up your SIPs, right? So every time your income increases, your expenses need not to increase in the same proportion, right? So ideally when your income increases, your saving percentage should increase, right? If you're earning 1 lakh, you're spending say 60-70,000. If you're earning 2 lakh, it does not mean you should be spending 1.5 lakhs. Probably your expenses will increase to 1 lakh, but your savings should also increase, and that should also reach like 1 lakh. So the idea here is that whenever your income increases, you should plan to step up your SIPs, and 10% is the minimum which is recommended, but if you can go for even higher percentage, you should do that, right? So that will help you to achieve your goal faster. In 10-15 years, it will help you to make a higher corpus than what you initially planned. So that's very important, that when you start your SIPs, you also increase that investment, you also step up that investment every year. Third is lump sum investments, right? So if you continue doing your SIP, that will help you to reach your goal. But as I said, inflation is always eating a pie of your investment every year, and so 1 crore now is not equivalent to 1 crore 15 years down the line. Probably that might be somewhere close to 50 lakh or even less than that. So what you need to do is you need to find opportunities to make lump sum investment. And how to do that? Whenever you get an extra income, right? Say you got a bonus from your employer, right? Or if you're working in IT industry, you went on site where you earned some extra money, right? And maybe if you're lucky, you got some inheritance. So idea here is that whenever you get any extra income, you should try to use that money for lump sum investment. And that does not mean that as soon as you get that money, you invest that amount. You keep that amount aside, right? I'm not saying that you don't spend any of that amount. So if you small portion of that, if you want to spend on buying something which you always wanted to buy, go ahead and do that. But a substantial portion of that should be kept aside to take advantage of market falls. And whenever you see some market falls, like some 10% kind of correction or even 5% correction or even more than 10% correction, try to do a lump sum investment with that amount, and that will give a boost to your overall portfolio, and it will increase the entire corpus size for you. The fourth point which I wanted to highlight is avoid excitement in investing. Because so I've seen new investors who have started their investment journey, they look for excitement in the investing. So they go for stock picking where they pick some smaller companies. Some even go one step further and start straight away into future and options FNO. And it's proven, right? You might have read in the news that more than 91-95% of the investors lose money on future and options. Even in small caps, they are very risky. But still people do that because people are looking for excitement in the investment. But believe me, investing is not the place where you should look for excitement, right? Because there is one saying in investing that your boring investment strategy will give you an exciting result, but your exciting investment strategy will give you a boring result. Always stick to whatever investment you have planned, whether it's an index fund, flexi cap funds, right? So continue that investment through your SIP route, but don't look for an excitement in your investment strategy. If you're looking for excitement, go for bungee jumping or go for some other activities which excites you. But please, for your sake, don't try that excitement in the investing, because in the long term you get rewarded for your discipline, but you'll not be rewarded for the exciting activities which you do in investing, right? So that's also the fourth point which you need to remember. The fifth and the last point which I want to talk about is finding the like-minded people, the people who has similar goals as you. Because when you're surrounded by the people who also aspire to reach the goal which you are aspiring, you get that inspiration, and then you can have discussions and get some guidance. So that helps you to stay on your path and reach your goal. But if you are surrounded by the people who has no such goal, and then so there is a chance that you'll get distracted. For example, if you're a group of friends who also want to go party, and then they don't have any intention to save or invest or reach a particular target, so in that case you might get distracted, you might not be able to reach that goal. So my suggestion is, if you're not able to find such group of people around you, try to look for an online community, Reddit or somewhere else, where you can have that discussion, you can look for some guidance, right? And you can continue making progress towards your goal. These are the 5 points I wanted to discuss here. First is having that rock solid discipline. Second is the step up approach. Increase your investment as and when your income increases. Third is the lump sum investment. Keep that extra money aside and use that for lump sum investment in case of market falls. The fourth point is avoiding that excitement in the investing. So stay with your SIPs, index fund, flexi cap funds in a boring manner. Don't look for excitement in the investment. And the fifth and the last point is getting surrounded by the like-minded people. If not offline, try to look for a community online which can help you to stay on your path, right? So hope you like this video, and if yes, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done already, and do share with your friends and family who might benefit from this video. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.